First plant we're going to be using, we're going to come in with Hellebores. Hellebore will be a great plant that you can use in order to take you over. I am not going to be doing anything with these root balls because these are going to be part of my transitional color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the root ball intact, and then when I go to plant these in their final place in my garden, then I'll go in and I'll manipulate the root ball a little bit. I'm going to turn this, clean this off. This looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks amazing. But I want this to be full because I want to really bring the heat. I could come in and stop right here, but I'm not, because I want this to be really, really full. Crocus, anyone? Primrose, anyone? Creeping Jenny. One thing about late winter, early spring, well, we're still in the winter, it get dark so quick, so we'll pick this back up in the morning. I'm gonna fill these containers up with some fresh garden soil. In the summertime, in the spring, depending on what season we're in, I will reuse my soil in my containers. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Now, let's say if there has been some type of infestation, then I will go in and I'll remove the soil out and start with fresh soil, because you definitely don't want to carry over a problem from one season to the next, and you don't know if any insects have set up base. But one of the things that I like about spring containers, with the spring containers, if there is some type of infestation going on, it's going to show its head when the first plants go in there. So this soil has been sitting here. It's pretty good. And see, you can even see where I have those old root balls in there. But these containers are really thick. So you can come in and take off this top layer and compost it, and then start with new fresh soil from there. So sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. It just all depends. So more than likely, yeah, I'll take this soil out right here. This is the amount of soil that I'm going to pull out. And then I'll just fill up this with fresh soil. Now, this looks like a lot of soil, but keep in mind that once we come in and we water this, this is going to compact a little bit, and the plant should be able to fit in there just perfect. This turned spring really, really quick. You guys, I'm loving this burst of color in the late winter. But for us in the St. Louis region, we have been basically in our spring. The high today was about 67, maybe even, I think I looked at my thermostat and it was 69 degrees at one point today. So for me, I take advantage of when I have times like this in my garden and I come out and I like to plant. And that is the beauty of container gardening, because you really can make your area be what you want it to be in just the instant. Now, before I came out here and I started planting, it was totally looking drab out here. We came in, we brought in some spring color, and our color focus today was chartreuse. The chartreuse of this beautiful hellebore. Now, there are certain plants that you can plant when your temperatures may not be steady enough for you to put out those regular spring loving annuals. The hellebores is a perfect one to start with. So let's discuss what we have in these containers. So we have hellebore, we have crocus, we have creeping jenny, and then we have violas, and then we also have some beautiful primrose here. Now, in each one of these containers, we did a variation of both, but our two front containers are the only two containers that have everything in them. The rest of the containers are a mix of some sort, like for example, this container right here. Beautiful combination, you guys. Now, all of the containers in this area have a round obelisk on them. So we have our obelisk, we have our hellebore, crocus, creeping jenny, but then we came in and instead of using the viola, we brought that touch of bluish purple, blurple if you will, and with using a pansy. This container is also mirrored over here. So the same thing here on this container as well. Our container right here, very simple. We use hellebores, and then we also use the blue pansy. It's a true blue matrix pansy here. And while I'm here, I'm going to just go ahead and water these in a bit. Same thing here with this container. We use the true blue matrix pansy. It's a really big pansy and it goes really well against this crocus. You guys can see the excellent contrast here as well as the texture. This hellebore starts off as a creamy white, more so on the white sides, and then on the inside of it you can see where you have some beautiful chartreuse on the inside and then that hint of pinkish purple here, and it goes very well including the stem color, because you also have to take into account the stem color when you're looking at color coordination and color arrangements. Now for this container right here, absolutely amazing. Hellebore, primrose, and viola makes up the entirety of this container. We also have a round obelisk here as well. Now you guys, with hellebores, they are extremely sensitive. If you start to notice that your hellebore is drooping, you want to go ahead and you want to hydrate it. I've done videos in the past where I talk about how you go in and you hydrate your hellebore. There will be some maintenance on these containers. Now the hellebores, as the stems start to age, and I'm not using them for arrangements, because when you use hellebores in arrangements, if you have those older stems, they're absolutely perfect to cut and put into a vase, and you just condition them. They work out really well, especially when the flower has aged some. But for the primrose, I'll also be going in with the primrose, and I'll be trimming the primrose back. So you guys, drop down in that comment box. Let me know what you think about this beautiful arrangement. You guys, when I'm telling you, it feels like springtime. So why not make it look like springtime here in the garden?